And as you mentioned, this is happening at the Ataturk airport, the main airport in Turkey, in Istanbul. It was reported that the explosions took place on the departure area. It was reported that 2 explosions were heard. There were also gunfire reported afterwards. It is clear that a lot of people have been wounded during this attack. I'm going to say it is almost certain that this is a terrorist attack. We cannot, of course, confirm this yet, but we can expect this to be confirmed as a terrorist attack soon. The wounded have been taken to hospitals in the area. It's been reported that there have been some casualties, but this is not confirmed either, but we can expect. Turkish local reports are saying there's at least 1 person confirmed killed right now, but of course we need some more official reports on that. We expect that to happen soon. It's not clear what happened. It's not clear whether or not this was a terrorist attack, but we can expect that the government will make a statement soon. However, so far there are not enough reports of what has happened, whether this was a car bombing, but it's clear that there was gunfire that followed the explosion, so we can expect that there are a lot of people who were wounded during this attack so far, Elaine.
Michal, we are starting to get reports that Turkey's justice minister is saying that at least 10 people have died so far. That is what some of the other media reports are saying, that attributing the justice minister there. Talk to us a little bit about this airport. This is the main international airport, one of the busiest airports in the world. Can you describe just how important this airport is to the region? And just, we're looking at pictures, though, of the scene, of people running and emergency officials there at the scene at the airport. Can you tell us about Ataturk?
Sure, definitely. This is, as you said, one of the busiest airports. And another important thing we need to remember is this: we're just about to end Ramadan. So already Istanbul was about to be completely empty. Today there was almost half of the normal traffic we'd have during the day, because everyone is starting to go on holidays. Over the weekend, it's the beginning of a 10-day holiday, an official holiday here in Turkey. So it's one of the busiest times in the year for people to travel via the Ataturk airport in Istanbul. So it's not just that the airport is very, very significant. It's one of the busiest ones. It's evening time when we see a lot of traffic in the Ataturk airport, but it's also the time of the year where we're seeing a lot of traffic at the airport, because it's the ending of Ramadan and where people are going on holiday here.
And again, reports that at least 10 people dead, dozens injured. Michal, you have been reporting from Istanbul for a long time now. Tell us about some of the other attacks. We want to make clear that there has been no claim of responsibility or any sort of attacks that have been associated with any group. But in recent months, there have been several attacks in Istanbul and Ankara. Talk to us about them.
Yes, this is going to really put a lot of concern already in Turkey. People have been terrified. There have been terrorist attacks taking place back to back. We've lost so much in the tourism industry because people across the world are seeing these attacks take place in Turkey and are just afraid to travel to Turkey. And now, with an airport attack, the Ataturk airport being attacked, this could potentially have a massive impact on Turkey. We've had over 6 terrorist attacks within the last 12 months. As you said, 2 of them in Istanbul, 2 of them in Ankara. Over 100 people have been killed during these attacks overall. So this is going to be very terrifying for both the tourists who are traveling to Turkey, because already we've seen areas that have been attacked. One of the attacks was in Taksim. One of the attacks before had been in Sultanahmet, both of which have been touristic areas. But also in the last one that was in Istanbul, it was also very close to a tourism area in Istanbul when we had it close to Fatih just very recently. And we've seen a lot of these places be in close to tourist attacks, touristic areas. So basically, we're going to be seeing the people, the locals here in Turkey, are going to be terrified. The areas that had been attacked in Ankara, in the capital, also were very central locations. So basically, the locations of these attacks have been becoming worse and worse. Now, if we could have tried to think of the perfect place to scare people from coming to Istanbul, as the tourism industry has been hit, there is no place that could be more significant than the Ataturk airport that has just been hit.
Michal, stay with us again if you're just joining us. Within the last hour, a major attack at Istanbul's main international airport. The Justice Minister reporting at least 10 dead, dozens injured in twin blasts. There are reports they may have been suicide bombers may be responsible. Also reports of gunshots. Michal, talk to us about this airport. This is a main entry point for the region. Is this an airport that has a lot of security? We see a lot of international travelers going through and to this airport.
Yes, it's actually very surprising. The minute that we saw this report of the Ataturk airport being hit, the first thing that goes through your mind is, how is that even possible? Because there is actually a lot of security in Ataturk airport. You go through the first X-ray, you go through the second X-ray. There are double security checks as you go through the airport, the Ataturk airport. That's why there was actually one witness report who said that they saw the explosion take place, or the gunfire, in the close to the car park. So I don't believe that it's very easy for it to happen within the airport. But if it has, of course, that's going to be a very significant security breach. But I have to say, usually we can say that this airport is one of the most highly protected airports in Turkey. We see this in very, it's a very tightly secured area. By the time you get to the first entry with your car, there's a security even as you try to enter the area of the airport. They check the car before, and then you have to go to the airport. The minute you try to enter the airport with your luggage, there is an X-ray. So you have to go through security with your luggage through the X-ray first, and then you can start doing your checking. So there is double security. It's a very tightly secured area. And so if there has been a breach, it's going to be very significant for the Turkish military, for the Turkish intelligence, to see how this can actually happen.